The undefeated Wildcats are headed to the Final Four. We will have a look at the celebrations near UK's campus coming up.
The Cats are preparing for their trip to the Final Four, and businesses are preparing to cash in as the Big Blue Nation invades Indianapolis. And a man is recovering tonight after a crash sent him to the hospital with serious injuries.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
A lot of Wildcat fans are taking it easy today. Good evening, I'm Kristen Kennedy. Lexington is resting up for a big week of Final Four preparations thanks to UK's win last night over Notre Dame in the Elite Eight. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is back on State Street talking with students cleaning up in our top story at 6.
Cleanup for members of the Big Blue Nation on State Street.
Madness. Madhouse, absolutely.
It's not so bad when your team is still undefeated and you're waking up headed to the Final Four for the second straight year.
On its own, it's just the coolest thing ever, really. Our best team to be a fan of.
An already historic season with plenty of expectations for this postseason run. Lexington officials spent months preparing for these celebrations.
They said they're going to crack down this year more than anything. So everybody's just kind of
still having fun.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's all that matters. That's all. They just want us to have fun.
While police say about 2,000 Happy Cats fans filled this area here on State Street, they say the celebrations were all in good spirits and remained relatively calm. Lexington police say they made 18 celebration-related arrests, all in the State Street area. The Victorious fans agreed this year was much different than past celebrations that saw dozens of large furniture fires with both more arrests and injuries.
Those years were nuts.
Yeah.
Like the 2012 year was nuts down here. Like I can't even explain it.
They were flipping cars, that's for sure.
Right, for sure.
Couch is on fire yet.
With a perfect season on the line and plenty of confidence to go along with it, the Wildcat faithful expect next week to be a special time as their team battles on for their 9th championship banner, as State Street also adds to their always creative collection. Looking forward to next weekend?
Absolutely.
You know it.
Oh yeah.
You're invited, by the way.
Yes.
In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Police tell us emergency crews took 8 people to the hospital last night. Those rowdy celebrations on State Street started as soon as the buzzer went off last night. We here at WKYT compiled a pretty neat time lapse of the State Street celebrations. You can see students storming the street after Andrew Harrison scored 2 free throws in the last 10 seconds of the game. And the crowd after that just kept growing. A Lexington business was up against the clock last night. Workers at Wildcat Wearhouse started printing Final Four bound t-shirts as soon as the buzzer went off. Machines printed thousands of new t-shirts overnight that are available in stores now.
I think in general, the crowds this year have been just so excited. It's a special season for us, just going on undefeated. It's huge, and so the anticipation that comes with that has been big in our stores, and we feel that.
Wildcat Wearhouse workers made 6 different t-shirt designs for the Final Four. Proud Wildcat fans braved the frigid temperatures overnight to welcome home the team. The Wildcats touched down at Bluegrass Airport around 1:30 this morning. Fans crowded the fence along the tarmac for a chance to welcome the Wildcats home and congratulate them on their big win. The Cats have 6 days to rest up and get ready for their fight in the Final Four. Many in the Big Blue Nation are preparing to head north with the team, cheering them on in Indianapolis. WKYT's Sean Moody talked to tourism leaders, telling them businesses in Indy are getting ready to cash in on large crowds.
Thousands of Kentucky fans will look to continue that month-long road trip in Indianapolis next weekend. TV stations there in Indy say hotel rooms are tough to find right now. Indiana tourism officials say they're looking to capitalize on all this exposure. If you want to go to the Final Four, you almost have to book it before you even know if your team is going to be playing.
Regardless of what 4 teams show up here, those hotel rooms have been virtually sold out for weeks.
Kentucky fans are known to travel like no other fan base. That Big Blue Mist just overtakes the city wherever the Cats play. A lot of the time, they don't even have tickets to the games, and Indianapolis tourism leaders say there will be plenty for those fans to do.
They're all free events for the most part, other than FanFest, and with that just comes the opportunity to engage so many people locally.
Indiana will likely try to make the most of this exposure. The they've gotten a lot of negative publicity over the past few days after the governor signed a religious freedom law that some say could legalize discrimination against gay people. The governor denies that that would happen. Some activists have called for a boycott of the state. Online review company Angie's List canceled an expansion project in the state over that law. NCAA President Mark Emmert said earlier this week that they're working to make sure no student athletes or visitors going to the Final Four would be negatively impacted by the law. Now, if you're heading to Indy and you're having a little bit of trouble finding a hotel room, some of those tourism officials say you might check other services like Airbnb or looking a little bit further away from town. In the newsroom, Sean Moody, WKYT.
The UK Alumni Association sent out emails today advertising packages including hotel rooms and tickets. We've had a chilly weekend, and that's supposed to turn into a very warm work week. WKYT's Mike Landon's tracking a bit of a warm-up in the forecast. Mike?
That's right, Kristen. Things are warming up, but there's always a trade-off with that warmth here in Kentucky, that being moisture along with it. And as you can see right now on the live sky camera, this was rather sunny this morning. We had a beautiful photo of the sunrise on our Facebook page earlier today, but right now the clouds coming in pretty thick. And again, moisture is following in that cloud cover right now, beginning to fill in the northern I-75 corridor. Not so much in Fayette County and Lexington, but that is stretching from Scott County, or at least the northern tip of it, into southern Ohio. So over the past few hours, we've seen this storm work its way closer to Kentucky, but right now we're watching that cold front there that's going to push in the showers overnight and into tomorrow. But ahead of that storm, things have been rather warm, the mid-50s even right now. So still short of normal, but it's a far cry from that 40-degree high where we were on Saturday. So rainy in the forecast tonight, falling back to the lower 40s. Again, that was the high Saturday afternoon. So things are looking up temperature-wise, because by the afternoon, things should be close to normal once again in the upper 50s, but there's even more change on the way beyond Monday. I'll show you exactly what I'm tracking for the week ahead as we move into April. Of course, the opening day of Keeneland this Friday. I'll have more on that in about 10 minutes. Kristen?
Mike, a man is recovering tonight after police tell us he crashed his truck on a busy stretch of interstate in Scott County. Georgetown police say 34-year-old Jeremiah Smith tried to avoid hitting an animal, swerved on I-75, and ended up flipping his truck. Crews flew him to UK hospital with life-threatening injuries. WKYT's Sam Smith is in Georgetown.
Now, this side of the interstate was closed for several hours last night because of that wreck. I'm told the truck driver from Tennessee was on the northbound side and crashed near mile marker 125. Police say he was hauling logs. We're told an animal was on the roadway and the driver attempted to swerve to avoid hitting it. Georgetown police say the man lost control of the vehicle and then the truck flipped on its side on the shoulder. The driver was flown to UK hospital. Police say he has non-life-threatening injuries. I'm told he's lucky to be alive. In Georgetown, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Drivers told us traffic near the exit came to a halt last night because of the wreck. Emergency crews got drivers moving through early this morning. 3 people are in the hospital tonight after a bad wreck in Lexington. Police say just after 2 this afternoon, a Chevy Malibu and Chevy Cruze hit head-on near the intersection of New Circle and Winchester Road. We're told crews had to cut 2 people out of the Chevy Malibu. All 3 have life-threatening injuries. Police in Louisville are investigating a shooting at a senior living facility. Officers tell us Leon Smith shot his wife at Elmcroft of Valley Farms yesterday, then shot himself. Emergency crews rushed him to the hospital where he later died. They also took his wife to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A little girl who survived a plane crash in western Kentucky now has a new legal guardian. 7-year-old Sailor Gutzler was traveling with her family back in January when the plane her father was flying crashed in Lyon County. She was the only survivor of that crash. A judge granted guardianship to Gutzler's half-sister and her half-sister's husband. State police are still searching for 2 inmates on the run. They say cousins 19-year-old Dallas Trent and 23-year-old John Trent escaped the custody of the Wolfe County jailer Wednesday in Lee County. Troopers say the 2 got out of a transport van that was heading back to Wolfe County from Three Forks Regional Jail. Both cousins are 5'7" and 140 pounds. Customers in Lexington are dealing with an outage this afternoon. The company tells us they are dealing with some damage to their fiber network in the southwest end of town. Crews are out working on repairing the network. We're told about 700 people don't have service right now, and crews are hoping to fix the problem sometime today.